Make sure got this going on right now. Hello, World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shadow, the Internet Personality Lister, and welcome to Live and Wide episode 116, The Horrors of Space. It's also the horrors of not quite being ready, because I had to run out and get some stuff real fast, so I'm still setting up the title card real quick. Oh, geez. I made a nice one. I spent money on it because I went to Dream Studio and put together a little thing in. There we go. That should have saved, right? Hello, John Washburn. Hello. We got a couple of people right now. That's why I like to have a little bit of lead up time usually. Oh boy. So hopefully, yeah, it says changes saved. Okay. Good. So things are a bit fast and loose today, as you might have noticed. Thick Black Daddy, unfortunately, will not be joining us. He is a working man. And for some reason, Kroger's like, you know what? It's Thanksgiving weekend, Black Friday, all that stuff. You going to work, so that's just kind of how he is, which is unfortunate because this was pizza day on Live and Wired. This was pizza day with. This was the Employee Appreciation Day on Live and White, and unfortunately he couldn't make it. I'm very sorry, Thick Black Daddy. But hello, Brandon Riley. Hello. Oh! I should say, since the title card wasn't there, I'm gonna see if I can get it going real quick. For those of you who missed it, who didn't quite catch it, it should be there now. But I want to. I spent money on this title card. I want to show it off. We got this lovely title card here for The Horrors of Space. You might recognize exactly what the style is. You might, maybe, a little bit. That's what we call AI art, which is also what this background is, meaning that it's some other poor bastard's art that a computer has hobbled together into something new. And, well, my whole thing was I was trying to find a nice xenomorph on the title card in Google Images as I do, and I couldn't find anything that quite worked. So I decided, hey, I'll try a little AI art, and if I'm going to steal some artwork, may as well do it the right way. And it didn't quite come out right, but I think it came out really nice looking. But yeah, I mean, you can do a lot with AI art. I decided to have Elon Musk congratulate Elon Musk. And you never know what it's going to give you. It gave me an extra Elon Musk in there. Really didn't expect that, but may I spend a little too much time messing around with those. I get started on it. I'm just like, but how was my Thanksgiving? My Thanksgiving was fantastic. I was really concerned because I ended up. There was a lot more people. Well, you see, that's just because. See, that's because the employee pizza party has the stairs that lead to it. I'm very sorry, very sorry. But don't worry, I will eat enough pizza for everyone. But oh yeah, Jason X. That was whenever you confuse like Leprechaun, go to space. Jason, go to space. Did they ever go to space in Nightmare on Elm Street? I know they went to space in Hellraiser. Went to space in Hellraiser. You always got to go to space. Did Chucky go to space yet? I gotta do a whole bunch of stuff with the Child's Play series. Thank you. I need to put up the blooper reel for the Batman Beyond Return of the Joker review. But yeah, that happens. Welcome to Christmas time. Welcome. You got to make sure everyone else is happy. Self things, not so much. That's why I do the employee pizza party. Just looking out for everybody else, The pizza from House. Oh god, no, sorry, no anchovies. Tried anchovies before, just had some canned anchovies. They're a lot more like heavy in flavor. Benny Loves You, indie horror film. Okay, could be interesting. Could be interesting. All about making banks happy. Yes, that's why you always get your mortgages, always get your loans, always get all of that. Everything you need, just take out a loan and pay a few $1,000s extra by the end of a couple of years. You won't notice it by then. Leprechaun 4 in space. Yes, yes. There's another one, a Christmas horror movie about a serial killer Santa. Uh, oh crap! Oh crap! My screen just went black. What's going on? Uh-oh. Oh man, what's going on? I can't see my mouse pointer. Oh no. I'm not getting anything great. No. No failures. I can't afford any failures. YouTube hates it when there's a stream failure. They knock down the whole channel a bit when they do that. Is it still streaming? I could check my phone. See, is it going? Is it going and it just looks like it isn't? Oh boy. Oh boy. What's going on? Looks like I'm still streaming. Or it looks like I'm frozen. What's going on? Down the whole channel a bit when they do that. Okay, so I'm frozen, but it's still got audio. Well, it looks like I need to restart my entire Okay. So that was interesting. Um, anyone wondering? Let me. Will it green? Your browser doesn't support the green screen feature. Well, that is a graphics processor is required. Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. Yeah, my GPU crashed again. So I'm currently running on integrated. Yeah, the i9 9900K has integrated graphics. So I've got one screen now instead of two. So yeah, we've been going live for 4090. No, it's a Radeon 5700. I got it working. I turned my computer off and turned it back on, and the stream was still going. I didn't know you could do that in StreamYard. But yeah, I showed. Yeah, I can show my name. Okay, put my brand up there. I my I can't get my green screen background working again. So yay. Oh, well, I'm happy that you had a nice chat. At least there's that. I was worried that it was going to end up being like a 4-minute video that gets like 20 views, and YouTube was going to be like, "Ah, it seems your last video did absolutely terrible. Better kneecap you in the algorithm again." But hi, honey. Hi, it's good to see you. Oh, well, the thing is, like, the video card shouldn't have anything wrong with it. But this isn't the first time that it's done this to me. And what I need to do is download all the drivers again, and then it'll work. The drivers just randomly crash and uninstall. It's this is like the third time that's happened, but the second time in about 2 weeks. So that's not good. Uh, I I promised I promised my fiance that I was not going to use her Christmas PC to do my work. I had one that was perfectly fine and in fact better in a lot of ways. It's in an Intel CPU that works wonderfully for these kinds of things. But hers is looking at well, she wanted a computer for the gaming, so she's got the AMD CPU matched with the NVIDIA graphics card. Like that's how it goes. What is on the thumbnail? Well, the thumbnail. The thumbnail was when I was trying to come up with a couple of things I got to talk about here, which is the new Alien movie. That's we were supposed to be on this topic 6 minutes ago, but we also lost a few minutes to not having a computer on at the time. So I was also my freaking microphone is also just being an absolute pain, and I can't get this working. I don't. I got the Elgato camera and the Elgato microphone because they Elgato has always worked well for me, and this is the time when it doesn't. The microphone, the camera like glitched out during the Patreon live feed earlier, and the microphone, it's been a pain. I've been unplugging it, plugging it back in, unplugging it, plugging it back in, unplugging it, plugging it back in, and it's just not working. And no, it's not muted. The mute button turns it red on top when you tap it there, but that's not it. So I got my lavalier microphone on right now because I had to get something going. But the title card, these lovely little creations from Dream Studio AI generation. I was trying to come up with some nice stuff in Google to throw some things together, some images together, and make a bit of an image of xenomorphs fighting Ash from Evil Dead, and I couldn't find anything that would really help with that. So I just went to Dream Studio and I was like, the xenomorph fighting Ash Williams from Evil Dead. And it gave me this, which is not what I asked for, but it was pretty good. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that. Then I said Elon Musk congratulating Elon Musk, and it gave me, which is closer to what I asked for, but I don't know where the third Elon Musk came from. I just I was just having fun with it. Oh yeah, I am glad as well. Ah, man, having your video card crash in the middle of a stream, that's the new one. I didn't have that on my 2022 bingo card. My video card crashed. I don't have a video card right now. Green screen can't work because of that. Um, the drivers just uninstalled themselves again. I don't have to mess with the card. The card's fine. I just have to reinstall the drivers. AMD is like this, which is funny because I just ran 3D Mark and put it through like a big stress test, and it came out fine. Like I never overclocked it. I didn't do nothing. I just put this machine together and was like, here we go. But now it's like occasionally being like, nah, screw you. Uh, uh. Now my cat has been sitting on the computer, so I don't know if her butt did anything to the innards, like pet dander going down into the circuitry and messing with anything. The car. No, I have not reviewed that. Uh, AMD is bipolar. Yeah. But I mean, I got the AMD because it's like good bang for buck, especially if you're doing productivity. It's not as good for gaming as NVIDIA because NVIDIA got all those little bells and whistles. But I got the Intel CPU because it's better for productivity. This computer is like, I built it to be a really good video editing computer and a good gaming computer. But it's kind of hard for it to be a good anything computer when the video card just crashes on you. Oh, yeah, yeah. That is true. If it's not for sitting, then why is it made of warm? Uh, Violent Night is Santa Claus saving the family from a bunch of mercs. I have a new movie I have to watch, or maybe an old movie. But anyway, we're past the 20-minute mark, which I'll treat as past the 10-minute mark. And bring up the first bit of news because I want this to be but actually like the third bit of news. Usually I start with the movie news, talk a bit about the alien stuff, but I wanted something else for the poll. And Thanksgiving 3. I think I could probably do that one next year. I wanted something else for the poll, so I want to talk about a different bit of news. That being that YouTube, this is the YouTube news, everyone. We're starting strong. Well, we started with a computer crash. So, well, actually, we started with a video card crash and the computer being turned off and back on again. But yeah, geez, what? No, okay. Anyway, uh, YouTube has decided that they are testing out a new feature, always listening to the community and exactly what people want out of a new feature. Yes, and also any super chats that might have happened while I was completely computer off and I obviously missed. Hopefully under the bail caught for as well. I assume there wasn't any, but then again, maybe just the less people here, the better things go. I just like no a stream of nobody suddenly like all the super chats. Uh, well, the thing is, my CPU is fine, but I do have a can of air, so I intend to do some cleaning. But anyway, getting off topic. YouTube has a new feature in the works. They're putting it out there in little bits of testing. You might have seen it around on a couple of channels. They're testing it out to see how it works for YouTube. What is the feature that everyone wants on YouTube? I'll tell you, Google knows. Quizzes. That's right. That's right. Quizzes, kind of like the polls, like we have the live and wired poll. But instead of a live and wired poll, I can just ask you a quiz. Like, hey, who directed the original Alien? Was it Ridley Scott? Or was it Quentin Tarantino? Maybe it was Bob Saget. You won't know until you finish the quiz. We'll get some quizzes. It'd be great. And on that note, I think I'm going to start writing the Twitter poll, the not Twitter. Dang, maybe I do Twitter. Twitter's been getting a little more traction lately. I don't know. People are talking about banning Twitter from Apple and iOS. Who knows? But gotta put together the live and wired poll on the channel. So I'm gonna head on over to my YouTube studio and say new post. I'm gonna give community post text poll. That's right. So this is a very simple poll here. What feature should YouTube add next? What feature should they add next? Now, of course, we have the quizzes. That's what they're doing. But we want to know if I want to know if quizzes really speaks to you as a user of this fine platform that we are inhabiting. Another one that I was thinking of, like I make mistakes in my videos time to time. I'd like to be able to address them without having to do a total re-upload or put in a comment or anything like that. Let's say, like right in the video, a little information box could pop up and just tell you, hey, like real quick, this actually is this. This actor was actually that actor and not this. This is referring to him. And we could do that with a system of video annotations. Annotations could be pretty useful on YouTube. And then you see you got all these these reaction channels out there, just like watching someone's video and then talking about it, and then watch the video because you got to get that context there. But like this is a social media platform at its heart. You should be able to just directly like from there bounce to there and then back. If a video is a response to another video, maybe video responses could be an interesting little thing that they could try out, see how it works. And of course, YouTube is all about you. Your tube, your TV, your channel. And what better way to express how it is your channel in anything of this than having a custom channel layout? You can just have things that you don't have to have it just based on a very limited kind of thing where everyone's channel kind of looks the same after a while, but have it customized, fully customized. That will allow people to figure out new layouts that work even better, and then people will be constantly evolving and chasing things, and it'll look amazing. And finally, biggest thing that I'm pretty sure we all agree on already is, of course, the ability to tell someone their video sucks through a lovely little downvote option next to the upvote and have it be visible so everyone can see that everyone thinks this video sucks. A dislike bar, if you will. So that is on the community page on YouTube right now. I'll be sharing it out to the chat momentarily. There we go. There we go. Of course, it won't change anything better, but make quizzes. Yes. Oh man, that is something. I still have my gallbladder, but I know someone who doesn't, and it does get a little interesting when it's like, hey, I'm gonna have some pepperoni pizza, and it's like I can't have that much. Oh yeah, that's right. No gallbladder. So the surgery is one thing, but it's the gallbladder. Yeah, it's a little more useful than it sounds. Actually, it does a lot. It does a lot. You got to take that into account. Yes, Julia, that was what I was aiming for. Another Nightmare on Elm Street reboot? Oh. Yeah, can't eat stuff like that for a few weeks. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Gallbladder removed caused pancreatitis. That's another thing. Did Charlie like, hey, you should go to the doctor and get checked out, make sure you're okay? And I'm like, I don't want to go to the doctor and have him tell me that one of my organs is no good and gotta go. I'm still using it. Now, interesting for you to ask that, Big Jack 1999, because on the Patreon stream earlier today, when I had a working GPU, I did ask 1237844 games. He was there. Asked him what he thought. Like maybe I could have because the Patreon rewards and such. I have them because they're not something I would just do anyway, and they're also something I feel I can easily do on top of everything else. and I feel it does add value, and it's a nice kickback for everyone supporting me on Patreon. But it does have there is the one little issue that I noticed over the years that nobody cares about the rewards that I picked. No one like I get to I've got dozens of patrons paying hundreds of dollars a month. Thank you all so much for that. Jesus. Um, and like one or two at most podcast. So nobody cares. So I was asking, like, hey, what would be a reward that people actually are interested in? And one of the ideas was access to a custom Discord, which is like, hmm, that'd be interesting, like a custom Discord, gaming channels and what have you. I do play plenty. I uh, I have been a little frustrated that I've been trying to play EDF Iron Rain and there's like nobody to play with online. Like, uh, do the shameless plug for my channel. This is on my channel. I'm plugging my channel all the time. I picked the right day to start drinking again. Whew, god damn, the GPU just like, oy, 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 oy. I haven't thought about that, and mainly because I haven't thought about the gaming channel too much. I wanted to finish Scorn. I started playing Scorn, like I beat Scorn on my own, but I wanted to play it through it on stream. I was hoping to actually do it all in one stream, but it's a bit too long for that. At least with the fact that I didn't memorize the puzzles. I'm just banging my head against the wall until it works. And I also was trying out all kinds of stuff on the first puzzle, like, hey, can I maybe not get that first thing that breaks and doesn't give you a thing and just go for the one that works? And come to find out, no, it's just barely able not to do that. So yeah. Whew, should probably since the yeah, talking about the quizzes, it's not exactly the biggest news, but it gave us a poll. But now it's time to talk about the next bit of news, which would be the new Alien movie in the works that is being directed by Fede Alvarez, who, if you remember, is also the director of the Evil Dead reboot. And yeah, it's Disney's first Alien movie, which means it will be officially the aliens and Disney princesses. The Queen, the drones, they're all female. Disney princesses all around. Maybe we'll get a Praetorian on screen for the first time. Like that's one thing that they have not done in Alien, like in movies. They're always trying to come up with new, weird, different alien. Like here's the proto alien. Here's this one. Is this? We're just gonna rewrite the alien. And then they had to end up going back and erasing a lot of that for Alien Covenant because no one liked the stuff they were doing in Prometheus. No one is a strong word. I didn't particularly care for it. But then, and in the games and the novels, they do expand on the biology a bit more. I covered this in the Xenomorph biology video. There is a step between drone and queen. There's a step in between called Praetorian, which is really big, really mean, not quite as unruly as Queen, more agile, but nasty motherfucker. Keep throwing out new stuff to see what sticks to the wall. Yeah. Now, the thing with Nate Alvarez though is that he did Evil Dead, the remake, which I felt like it was okay as a movie, but as an Evil Dead movie, it didn't really feel like Evil Dead until it's like well into the climax and it's raining blood and it's just like all over the top. Holy crap! Because so much of the movie is very slow and just kind of artistic, and a lot of the other things Fed has done is like A Quiet Place is more artistic horror. But Alien does definitely work with that because, like, Ridley Scott, he's not necessarily a horror director. He's an artistic director, and he was trying to do horror with the original Alien, which worked out really well. He had a very good eye for art and what have you. But I feel like with Prometheus, he leaned way too much into his artsiness, and it lost a lot of the it was so much more concerned about asking big questions than it was being scary. It really came off kind of pretentious. That's just how I feel about that. So it's like you need the art, but you can't be pretentious about it. And I gotta say, the Evil Dead remake is that. Like it has the art in there, but it rains blood. It's got that. It does know how to do that right. So I'm not so terrified of, oh no, this is the first Alien movie under Disney. Uh, what do you mean by made? I mean produced or directed or like, all right, let me just IMDb. Fade Alvarez. There we go. Let's see this man's filmography. Oh no, not a quiet place. Don't breathe. Bleh. I'm a. I'm okay. So I am unintelligent. John H. Skeleton is the correct person in this exchange. John, the channel's yours. It's been fun, guys. I've lost. Damn it. Well, there's plenty of pizza left. Uh, oh yeah. Plus, it irked some people with Prometheus because the original idea was basically exploring how the derelict from the first movie got on LV 426 in the first place. Uh, so yeah, this is why. This is why when I write my scripts, I try and double check. Though I was also told that I was wrong about the the actress for Harley Quinn. It says there, Arlene Sorkin, right there. Was that the older Harley Quinn and there's the younger one that I didn't check? There's many ways I could have got this wrong. Uh, there's only one listed Harley Quinn here. So yeah, I clicked on Arlene Sorkin, checked through the stuff, and she is like listed as like Harley from the animated series all the way there. So unless they're listed in the wrong name on the actress for her entire thing, uh, there's a lot of people telling me I got that wrong in the comments there. Uh, did I have a good Thanksgiving? I would say so. I would say so. I ended up being the person to make the turkey. It was a really funny way it all kind of worked out. Like when I first got to got to meet Charlie's family and those Thanksgivings coming around, I like making turkeys. I'm good at it, so I'm there like, well, Terry is Bruce's son by Bruce's DNA overriding Terry's father's DNA. So Terry's father fucked Terry's mother, but Terry's father is not actually Terry's father because Bruce is Terry's father DNA wise, and Terry's father was just like for Bruce's DNA. I don't think it helps too much. Like there's a whole other rant in there, sir. Uh, but older Harley was Arlene, but I don't see. But Arlene is listed here as Harley Quinn, and Tara Strong is listed as Batgirl. But then someone telling me that I was wrong for that because I said that They said that I said this Batgirl was voiced by Andrea Romano, but I didn't say Batgirl was voiced by Andrea Romano. I didn't say who Batgirl was voiced by. Andrea Romano played JJ, like, when, uh, Tim Drake's Joker stuff is taken over as a little kid. That's Andrea Romano. Uh, Bambi horror movie? Well, I could see that! Bambi sees mother get shot and fucking killed. Pumbaa tries to comfort Bambi. Bambi's lost it. Bambi snapped. Bambi tears through the woodland friends who are trying to stop Bambi. Then Bambi goes into the city after the hunters. Bambi does what Bambi does. Bambi grows these big fucking horns. Bambi balls drop and they start crushing the hunters' skulls. You don't fuck with Bambi. You don't kill Bambi's mom. I could see. I could see Bambi horror. Oh, uh, Bambi's dad scared you. Oh, so Bambi's dad could be abusive and shit, and fuck up Bambi in the head in the first place, and Bambi's mom is like the only one who's nice, and then Bambi's mom gets fucking killed. We're building on this. We're building on. Oh, I could see this all. I can. I paid like 10 cents to have that AI generated art for the background here. Now I can't even see it because my graphics card ain't good enough because I don't have a graphics card. Of course I don't. Why would I have a graphics card in here? Damn it, AMD. What the? Anyway, we're trying to move on to the next next topic. Oh, jeez. Ah, yes, 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 yes. We have a little news involving more space horror for y'all out there. The Callisto Protocol. Anyone else interested in that? Callisto Protocol? You might know it as the game that looks like Dead Space that was made by the same guys as Dead Space, but sometimes the door doesn't quite work right, and your character gets sucked into it and crunched up into a little ball, blood spraying everywhere, and they look like they aren't very comfortable as it's happening. 100% plan on getting it? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The Callisto Protocol, like when the Dead Space remake is being made and everyone's showing off the progress and it looks like Dead Space, now that there's the Callisto Protocol, guys behind Dead Space are like, "You want Dead Space? We'll give you some Dead Space." And, oh god, Brandon Kilgore, why yeah, yeah, like that, yes. Why did Big Black Daddy show me that video? Oh, maybe, as, Charlie's interested in getting that one on PC. Charlie's interested in a lot of things right now. The space game where the guy's helmet looks like a space heater, that would be Dead Space. That would be Dead Space, where it's just like a couple of lines there, and the spine is also a bunch of lights because that's actually the health. But yeah, Monster Protocol is coming out. Got a lot of uh, people noticing it because of the death animations being so gruesome. It actually got banned in Japan. Like, it is not allowed in Japan. Japan was like, "Hey, you're gonna have to remove that shit." And, they were like, no." And they gave up Japan to have the Callisto Protocol be as gruesome as it is, and that's ow. Actually, Charlie, she just played through, like, all of Ragnarok. I'd ask her to do it again and do it on stream. Maybe that'll work out. But, I tell her to do it on hard mode. On hard mode yet, and she's really good at it. She's been taking out the berserkers, a lot of them. Anyway, uh, but she hates the DualSense. Absolutely hates the DualSense. The big damn button on it. I'm trying to think if I can find someone with a 3D printer who's willing to do a little mod for me, that would be kind of cool because I don't know how else I'm supposed to build this thing to effectively fit around the DualSense and block the the big damn trackpad in the middle so that it won't. I can easily take it, put it on, take it off, but through most play, you're not going to end up accidentally smacking that fucking thing. Uh, yeah, that is true. That's very nice. Ah, big old fat Thor. People are finding out Thor's not a heartthrob. Kind of a dick. But the what was I was saying something? Callisto Protocol. Lots of blood, lots of gore, lots of death animations. People are really excited for it. And a little bit of news broke not too long ago that people were upset to hear that evidently you won't get all of the death animations unless you get the season pass. There are specific death animations that are going to be locked behind the season pass. That was the news that was flying out. And like most things that people get upset about from hearing, it was technically true, but missing a hell of a lot of context. Will you not see every death animation and not have access to every death animation unless you get the season pass? Yes. Why won't you have access to every death without the season pass? Because certain death animations are still being made for the content within the season pass. That DLC stuff that's going to be in there, those areas you go to with the new stuff, will have new death animation. And if you don't own the DLC, you don't get to see those death, and it's not in the game. The DLC is not included in the base game. Big news! Surprise, everybody! Oh, that is not good. That is not good. I've had that happen before. Absolutely sucks. Absolutely sucks. Uh, you see, the problem is it's not just the touching, it's also, like, because Charlie has to play with one hand and she's, like, trying to work the sticks and the triggers and press some of the buttons, occasionally, like, sometimes it's pressing down enough on the, uh, touchpad that it clicks it. So, it's also large enough to accidentally click and accidentally touch plenty, just even if you're able-bodied. But a cardboard would be too soft, it wouldn't dampen the press enough, and it'd be too thick. It would be something thinner and stronger, which is kind of a big ask. Does anyone any metallurgists out there with some spare titanium? Like, that doesn't bother you none? Uh, Scroll up a bit. Oh! Oh! Yay! That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I should probably open my Twitter up to allowing DMs. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I have my Twitter set to you have to follow for DMs, or I have to follow you for you to be able to DM me, but, how do I set that? Settings and support. Settings and privacy. Uh, Privacy and safety. Direct messages. Allow message requests from everyone. Yes. Okay, there we go. It's set. I'm cutting out a bit now too. Dang it. Ah, awesome. Ah, oh, okay. Where is? Oh, well, I clicked on the wrong thing. I'm looking at my own stream. I'm like, why? Where is my counter for how long I've been doing this? Uh, oh, that's the nice thing about no green screen. Now you can see the glass line. Or no chroma key. Green screen's still there. Just ain't doing nothing. Yeah, wrong turn. That's been a big request for a long time. I really gotta look into that. Uh, yeah, I wonder that sometimes as well. Like I don't know why. Like my headphones have occasionally a little staticky stuff, like just at random. I'm playing something, I'm watching a movie, I'm editing something, I hear that, I'm like, was that the movie file or my audio file? Is that going to be in the final thing? I rewind, listen again, and it's not there the second time. I'm like, great, great, wonderful. Wonderful, great. But yes, Calypso Protocol. We'll be getting it, and we'll definitely be getting the season pass to see all the beautiful, gruesome. Just they're gonna be playing it in 4K, 120 frames per second. The graphics on Ultra. It's gonna be so realistic on this big dang TV. It's gonna be splattering blood, and it's gonna be literally coming out of the TV and just like it'll look like the end of Fed Alvarez's Evil Dead. It's gonna be glorious. It is going to be glorious. Ugh. Anyway, uh, oh, that is like the first time in a long time I've been like, "Oh, yeah, I'd like to get on that Harry Potter game." It looks like a world to explore and experience, not unlike a Bethesda game. Well, a bit unlike. It's not like, "Yo, just be whoever you want and everything." It's like it's a fully voiced protagonist and all that kinda makes limitations. We learned that in Fallout 4. Uh, thank you, Rosalie, Rosalia? I can pronounce names maybe sometimes. The noise is probably in here. Noise is probably in here, I'm afraid. Any more animated Batman movies? Mask of the Phantasm is a classic and it's fantastic. I remember seeing that one really young. That one came out when I was 10. Uh, so it, I mean, it's got some heavy shit in it for a 10-year-old. But then again, like a lot of animated Batman movies deal with some shit. Uh, but, oh, I can still hear myself over here. Let me mute myself. Okay. Alrighty. So now it's time for our next bit of news. Okay, we talked about the Alien movie, talked about Callisto Protocol, talked about YouTube quizzes. Yes. Still have to talk about the acquisition that never ends. Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard King for $69 billion. The UK regulators got all up in arms for it, and now the FTC is stepping in and they're saying that they might do something. So, in the meantime, there's all this stuff coming out. The regulators are making these statements. Microsoft is making a bunch of statements, and Sony's making a bunch of statements. Sony has actually said, hey, Game Pass ain't no fucking joke. They got 29 million subscribers. And that's interesting because Microsoft did not announce that much. Their last announcement was months ago. They said they were at 25 million. And the last thing anyone heard was that console growth was slower than anticipated, but PC growth was stronger than anticipated. So hearing 39 million there, it's like, okay, so even though it's slower than they thought it would be, it's still going up. Oh yeah, I got Game Pass too. It's awesome. Got to play Battlefield 2042, and I still got that day one experience. Honestly, like it's still glitchy as hell. But so you got Sony saying this stuff like about how well Microsoft's services are doing. You got Microsoft coming out saying, guys, we just whittled on Microsoft. We ain't doing nothing. We just you think that we compete with Sony? Oh, you don't just compete with Sony. But Nintendo, they got big mature games on Nintendo. We're scared of Nintendo. Sony just didn't understand what you do. Nintendo's kind of scary. And And the regulators are coming out like, we don't think that Microsoft should be allowed to do this because if they purchase Activision and have Call of Duty, they'll be able to make it so that their competitors can't make it as good. It's like Sony already does that with their contract. They'll be able to keep it off their competitors' services. Sony already does that too with their contract. And they'll be able to lock things away with exclusivity. Dude! It's like they list everything Sony is already doing right now and saying that this is something that Microsoft might do if they get the purchase. And it's like, guys, they actually don't even need to make the purchase. And it's oh, thank you. Thank you. I've been also looking into voice acting jobs. I'd really like to do that just because, YouTube is being such a pill anymore. And I'd like to have a little more financial security and expand my portfolio a tad. But there was also, what was it, Brain? Come on. There was... yes. There is also the fact that if this deal does not go through, like I mentioned this on Alive and Wire before, but if this deal does not go through, then that is effectively saying that this kind of purchase is not okay. That is not the right way to do business in this space. But Sony's piecemeal acquisition, not acquisitions, but piecemeal, like exclusivity deals, preferential treatment deals, all of these other little things, like a little here, a little there, a little there, a little there. Very efficient use of money by Sony's part. They get a lot of benefit for a little investment. And I was saying that that is the correct way of going about it. And it's like, okay, Microsoft will have $69 billion free dollars to do just that with. They could make like the entire fucking games industry a timed exclusive for Xbox for like 2 years. And then that's going to be an interesting thing for anyone to come back from. If you're able to go for it, like, don't let anxiety and fear of failure get in the way of going for the things you want. If you want it, go for it. Yeah, I've been I've done some voice acting for Uncle Bootleg on YouTube. He's a smaller channel, does cheap cartoons, and I've enjoyed it. But it is a bit small in the scheme of things. I don't mean to say anything like, I'm not trying to throw shade, but Uncle Bootleg, he's a smaller channel, so I don't exactly get that much exposure for myself, which, I don't expect the man to pay me, but like, I'd like exposure is my thing, like to help with my YouTubes, but like, say it. I don't think he goes by Uncle Bootleg anymore, just Bootleg. Bootleg 317. There you go. So he's got 2.1 thousand subscribers, which is, good. But yeah, it is still like, well, working on a short horror movie script as a joke session. I thought it'd be funny to have you be the voice of the radio announcer. Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. I was looking over some voice acting like websites and such, where it's like, here's where you can ask for people, and here's where you can apply and such. And I was trying to find anything like relatively close to me, and usually I'm finding things like, yeah, we're looking for anyone within the United States, and we're set out of Idaho. And I was like, it's a student film in Idaho that doesn't pay is looking for fucking anybody. Great. That's bringing a lot of confidence over here. Oh yeah. That's like I'm saying, like 2K. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Geez, do I have screen tearing on myself? God damn, I need a GPU. Oh, well, I'm just gonna run the thing again, get it to reinstall the drivers again and again and again and again. See, I'm trying to figure that one out myself, Will. I do think the second video a week is really helpful because when I was doing that, the channel was doing better. Of course, that was mostly when I was doing the Leprechaun series, which was also pretty popular. But at the same time, like without the second video a week, it doesn't matter how popular a thing I talk about. Like I'd say Scream is a little more relevant than Scream 4 is slightly more relevant right now than Leprechaun 4 in Space. Leprechaun 4 in Space did way better than the Scream 4 review. Yeah, but they didn't have anything like listed. So, and they usually when you got the more professional things looking for voice actors, they look for people who have any kind of experience to list. And the best I can say is like, I did this YouTube video, I did that YouTube video. I'm not a voice actor on YouTube. I'm 39 years old. I've talked in front of a camera for a long time. I can give you some very low quality audio samples from my closet. Hire me. Oh God, the text-to-speech channels. Whenever I'm trying to look up a problem with my AMD drivers, and it's either someone with a heavy Indian accent recording something back in 2003, and I'm like, how is it even what? And or it's welcome to Live and Wired. I'm Decker Shadow, the internet personality with the best hair. On this episode, we'll talk about space. More horror movies in space. If I can do some voiceovers for a horror movie in space, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. And speaking of like voiceovers, voice work, YouTubers, God of War Ragnarok, the little squirrel motherfucker is played by Pro JZD. Sun Won Cho. He's a squirrel. I didn't even realize that at first. And then I find that out later, and I'm like, oh, that was it. Oh God, because he does good. He does good. He's a very good voice actor. A lot of defense channels have computer issues. Defense channels. Defense? I'm confused. But we're at the after the 10 minutes of what the hell happened here. We're at the last 10 minutes of the show. We're going 10 minutes over to make up for the computer problems. So yeah, now it's time for general chat and super chats. Did any super chats come in? Let me see. Nope. So we'll just go on to general discussion there. Self-defense. Interesting. Let's see. I remember, but I don't like the 3 hours plus. Though I did like the Stephen King drinking games, and those fit with that time frame pretty well. And yeah. Universal Soldier 2. Yeah, I gotta do more Jean-Claude Van Damme. I definitely gotta do Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was a big one that I liked to cover early on. You could find some interesting stuff from Van Damme, like in the bargain bin, which is what I was working with back in the day. So that's kind of how it worked. Yeah, that is kind of the case. Like it's how it is. Fortunately, the claim that happened with the Blood Rage review has been taken care of, but it was still weird because it just I was getting all kinds of Like they made the claim and they immediately were rejecting all my disputes and everything, and it was said I was going to get a strike, like very shortly, and I was like, yeah, whatever. When I get the strike, I'll fight that too, and then everything just disappears. And it's like, I understand that this company didn't have a claim on it, but usually they'll just let the strike happen. Like they don't give me 6 hours to think about it and then be like, oh, well, I guess he didn't delete his claim. Well, lost cause, and let him have it. uh, but was Nightbreed. Oh, that's also like since season 1, that has been a big recommendation. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to get loads of work rather than just do something I like. Like that's why when I'm looking at the things, it's like here's a voice acting job down the street from you for a major motion picture. You'll be playing like the romantic interests of a like fairy. We're looking for a guy with a big nose and long brown hair and a goatee. And this is going to be a totally serious romantic comedy that's serious. And I'm like, no, I am not interested in this role at all. Is there anything where someone gets eaten by a giant monster? I would like to see people eaten by giant monsters. Oh, these are giant monsters that eat people. uh, oh, hello, Outcast. Hate to break it to you, but we got like 5 minutes left. We're just on general chat here. In case you're wondering what's with the green screen, I can't have the chroma key right now. My GPU died again. Anyway, yeah, that reminds me a bit of Molly Birch. What's her name? The blind lady, the blind YouTuber. You know the lady I'm talking about, the blind one. She was on Late Show and actually was talking about how whenever you see a disabled person in TV or a movie or anything like that, they're always played by an able-bodied person, like 99% of the time. So, yeah, the visibility of disabilities is still like it's more present in reality than it is in media. Alien or Aliens? I'm always a Alien guy, but like looking back, I do see that there are some. It does cut very oddly at times, but 1970s. I remember when they introduced the Green Ranger, and I tuned in because I'm like, okay, the commercials say he's gonna kill these bastards. I'm gonna watch him kill them. I'm gonna watch the Power Rangers die. And then he didn't kill them. I'm like, what a jip. And then I didn't watch it anymore. Oh, that's good. Were they survivors or zombies? Because I mean, I understand like contextually it would make more sense for them to be the zombies. Like if you're going around in a wheelchair and you ain't got no legs and there's zombies everywhere looking to eat you, you're probably not going to be rolling around for very long. It's just a little facts of undeath. I do Live and Wired every 2 weeks, so every fortnight. And I schedule it for 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time. Currently on Central Standard Time. Daylight Savings Time starts in spring, and that will make it Central Daylight Time. But everyone just says standard all the time. But now when they say standard, they can be right. But it always pisses me off when people say standard time when it's daylight time. It's like you're talking about a completely different time. You're talking about things 1 hour away. No one else is as pissed off about this as me. But true, but there is also the question that if you are in a wheelchair and you're bitten by a zombie, can you then walk? Because it's not like dead people can get up and walk around, but being a zombie, they can. So if you're a zombie, if you're in a wheelchair and you're bitten by a zombie, I mean, not if you don't, if you don't got no legs, of course, like you can't, if they're not just gonna grow, but oh yeah, I just say Central Time most of the time, but we call them rollers. Yes. There is that. There is that. Nerve ending, muscle degradation. But there's an issue like with Charlie, she has got the cerebral palsy. So there's nothing wrong with her muscles. There's nothing wrong with her nerves. The problem is in the brain. It's cerebral. Zombies, though. Does brain damage matter to a zombie? I mean, in Resident Evil, for instance, the newer ones, you can shoot them in the head like 5 times. If their head doesn't explode, they might just get the fuck back up. Like, unless the brain is completely destroyed, they're still coming at you. Neuromuscular. Oof. Yeah. So unless the zombie virus also is like a big nervous, like healing thing, that's an idea. Horror movie idea. Create the zombie virus by trying to cure paralysis. Testing it on cadavers. Yes. Can I be the mad scientist? Anyway. I just read that as Wesker! Zombie movie full of little people. We call them ankle biters. Oh, that is right, New Doc. That is right. Poll results. We got to see the poll results. All right. So, what feature should YouTube... Let me see the view post on YouTube. Yes. Should YouTube add next? Okay, we got 263 votes. We got a 3-way tie for the last place. Quizzes, annotations, and video responses all came in at a mere 7%. 11% went to custom channel layouts. So at 68%, a absolute crushing victory. Dislikes on a feature that YouTube should add next. And Alicia says, bring back creepy. Yes. They could unban him anytime now. They could. I think that was explored a bit in The Last of Us, interestingly enough. I think Last of Us Part 1. Like, not Part 1, but the first one. I don't know if it's in Part 1 or not, but it's in Last of Us 1. Part 1 being the remake. But the idea is, like, kind of talked about in passing, but there is one part where evidently a character turned, but they were still relatively recently to have turned, and the virus, the fungus, has made them kill a family member, and they're currently eating them. And if you stop and you listen, they're crying, which is kind of fucked up. Well, that's what my movie is for. That's what my movie is for. That's what I didn't do. Because I didn't have the time. I didn't set the banners and all the little things. But well, I guess just one thing left to do. Have Elon Musk congratulate Elon Musk along with his friend Elon Musk. And also, I should talk about what I've got lined up, what I'm working on. Next review I have planned would be Kong Skull Island. If I can get the shine to go away, the shiny monitor. Kong Skull Island in 4K. And honestly, like, I'd say definitely if you can watch this movie in 4K, watch it in 4K. I don't know if they have an 8K version of it. I want to find out because I feel like this is a movie that would actually benefit from that. I know people say you can't even see the difference, but it's like, hey, I sit like 3 inches from my screen. I don't. It's fine. I can just give me the case. Give me the case. Also, I want to see about doing a little blooper reel for the Return of the Joker review tomorrow because YouTube really wants the second video, and I have bloopers. So let's see. Elon pic. Oh God, wait! I have another picture. I have another picture that where I downloaded it. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? There was. Let's see. There was this picture I downloaded. It was funny. Oh yes, yes. Here we go. I got it. Oh god. Oh god, that's right. I don't have a second monitor. Okay. Well, I got to show you this video real quick. I got not video. This not this picture. This when I started doing these dream things, I thought I wanted to see something that you would never see. So I said, I'm going to make a picture of Howie Mandel shaking hands with everybody. For those who don't know, Howie Mandel is a germaphobe. You will not catch him shaking hands with anybody. But I wanted to see him shaking hands with everybody. And this is what I got. He is shaking hands with everybody at once. It's incredible. Oh god. Oh. Hi the dude. And sorry, but we're right at the end of the show. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, I do like that. Like people like AI art always comes out with the most horrifying stuff. I'm like, no, that's not a bug. That's a feature. That is a feature. It is great for horror. But thank you all for watching. I've been Decker Shadow. And remember, keep your graphics card drivers up to date.